Dennis, when's the first time that you hear that Manchester United coming?
Well, there was no Bosmans in those days, so I let my contract run out.
Okay.
And I wanted to move on. I knew there was a couple of other teams.
So what happens if you run your contract out back then? The club still has to agree to sell you, or?
The club, you can move, but then if they don't agree a price, it goes to a tribunal.
Okay.
But they eventually agreed a price, and I mean, when United come calling, it was kind of, you have to go there. And there's one or two other. City were looking at me as well for a time. You know, Peter Reid was up there.
What was it like?
I made the right decision though, didn't I?
What was it like during the time when you was running down? What was it like? Was you getting? Were you put under pressure?
Not at all. Not at all. I think, as I said, Oldham were that kind of club that they probably.
But then they would be getting nothing.
They do get.
You'd have to get something.
You'd have to
the
still
tribunal.
Yeah.
Get something at the tribunal. So, and they worked it out before that,
Right.
which was great. But it's just a given thing in those days that you never run your contract out or anything like that. You were too good then, weren't you?
No, too greedy, but well, nothing to get my side.
Who came in for you, Dennis? Who came in for you at the time?
City were looking at me, and I know Sheffield Wednesday were looking for me, and they were decent side. City, when I joined United, I think City finished above us in the first year. But listen, you speak to Sir Alex out on Old Trafford, and
It's done.
done. And there was no giving at that time. They just won the FA Cup to just beat
Palace.
and there was no giving that they'd obviously go on to do what we did in the 90s and all that. But it was, when I was growing up in Ireland, United was huge. Huge.
So, so it was actually down to you, not Cantonada's success?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Don't know that, no?
Did you support United as well?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, throw that forward, because actually, that was the story, wasn't it? When Howard Wilkinson rang up Sir Alex for you, he then said, "What about Cantona?" That's right, because and the boss said, "Obviously, you weren't for sale."
Yeah, it was Bill Furderby, the whatever he was, chairman at Leeds, rang up Martin Edwards and said, "Would we sell Dennis Irwin?" Obviously, Martin would have to ask the manager, and then it got together, and the manager said, "No, thank God." And it just asked about Eric, and all came from the back of that. I knew nothing. I knew nothing, because you just didn't know anything in those days, did you?
Yeah.
You know, everything's played in the papers these days.
Did you have an agent, Dennis?
I had Eddie Gray. Eddie
wow.
Gray used to look after me, when I moved from... I think you need an agent, don't you? You still need an agent to move. I mean, there's good ones out there and there's bad ones, but you need an agent to move. So Eddie Gray looked after me at the time.
And what were your early experiences of the boss when he obviously first signed in the club at United?
Well, I mean, you know what he's like. He's when he gets going, you can't really understand him, can you? When he gets angry, but he didn't get angry as many times as what everybody says. I just went to an environment that it was a learning environment. It was an aggressive environment. You know what I mean? Archie Knox was there.
I say that it was aggressive.
Was it pressurised?
It was aggressive.
I didn't feel. I think it depends on your personality, really. I didn't feel I was under any pressure. I just got into the team and kind of stayed in there, played in that brawl straight away. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dirty ass.
Is that your fault?
No, that wasn't. No, I wasn't there yet. Was that the Anders Limpar?
Yeah, you just joined
I came the next year. If I came the year before, I would have
Arsenal
thought
got You'd have been with Dave Seaman, wouldn't you? He was the only one that didn't get
Dave Seaman was all the way down.
He was the only one that didn't move.
Yeah.
That's why they brought you in.
We got deducted as well, yeah.
We got one deducted.
Was it Winterburn and you?
Winterburn carried over from the year
Was it
before.
something to do with
Winterburn and
Brian
McClare.
McClare.
And
It was
then
over a penalty. The McClare missed a penalty, and
something
Winterburn
to do with that in 89-90, and it carried over. And
I chalk
I got yeah.
It's like Nigel as well, too.
Yeah.
Was it just a massive fight? Everybody?
It was just a big brawl, and I remember about 2 days later, the manager brought everybody into the office, and listen, there was 11 of us in there, 10 of their players and all that. And the manager says, "Put your hand up if anybody's involved." Of course, nobody puts their hand up, do they? There's 11 lads in there who were involved and all that. So, yeah, he fined me for that, actually.
What, week's wages?
2.
Wow.
So we expect-
What did you do? Did you do anything?
I might have kicked somebody.
You might
Yeah. Teammates.
Brilliant. That was brilliant.
Was it?
That was
What
brilliant.
2 weeks'
I thought
wages?
you were pure, Dennis. I
No, I
thought you
wasn't.
were the
No,
only
no.
player never to get 2 weeks' wages.
Yeah, no, I was...
They really made a massive thing of that brawl as well, didn't they?
yeah.
Did a lot get sent off in it or not?
No. I was,
If there'd been VAR, would a lot have got sent off?
Of course, yeah.
yeah.
Dennis, he said when he said after obviously he retired that pound for pound you were the greatest ever signing.
clever man, wasn't he?
How much did they pay for you? What was it?
It was 625 plus an extra 75, wasn't it?
For what? What was the 75 for?
Played so many games for Ireland or something like that.
To look after Roy.
Yeah, if I'd known that, I'd not wanted more. Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Honestly, it was great. I had a great 12 years. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was great back in the day. You came into it in mid-90s, didn't you?
Yeah.
Before that, even before that, 93, 94. We played at Port Phil. You played at Port Phil when all the boys played.
Yeah.
Scholes scored that night. Was it Scholes?
Yeah, Scholesy and Shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon Davis.
But you mentioned there that's when you came. We always use different, like how you describe the environment. But also at United, I think you might have mentioned a few years ago. I saw you speaking about. We were always competing, weren't we?
Yeah.
Everything you did at United at the time, whether it be training or you were in the gym, you were competing with somebody. There was never. So there always an edge to it, wasn't it? That's the word we used to the training.
And the manager liked that though.
Yeah, of course,
didn't he?
yeah.
Because like when I joined, obviously there was a lot of new signings. You know, Pally had come and Chalky had come and. Danny Wallace, Paul Ince was just there, Webby.
Was Paul Parker already there then?
No, Parks came the year after me. He joined the same time as Smikes.
Right.
So the squad was growing, so there was always that kind of intensity in there, and particularly when you boys joined, the squad just kind of grew and grew. And the competitiveness of it was like frightening, really, when you think about it, because, I mean, we used to play England and feed the rest of the world, and then it was...
young
v old and
be kicking lumps out of each other, wouldn't
absolutely.
it? Yeah.
You know, when you came in, you said before you got into the team, was you bought to go straight into the team?
Yeah.
Whose place did you take, or was there a battle?
There wasn't really. Viv Anderson was kind of...
Clayton was there as well, wasn't it? And Lee Martin.
Clayton played left back.
Ah.
Yeah, the first year, the whole first year, so I nudged Clayton out of the way, so he didn't really talk to me, Clayton. So, yeah. But Clayton played left back. Lee Martin was there as well.
Yeah.
Lee Martin, Viv.
Did Mike Phelan play a few games at right back?
Mike Phelan. Mal Donachie would have played a couple of games.
Mal's still there then, Dennis, yeah?
Yeah, Mal was there for a year and a half. He had a great contract, Mal. Didn't have to turn up on a Monday.
Is it?
Yeah, he was living down in Luton, wasn't he?
All right.
Wow.
Brilliant.
He had that written in?
Well, the manager looked after.
That was like Roy's when he went out on a Sunday, wasn't it?
Come in Wednesday.
Hi, Nev. Nice. Hey, Dennis is the guest.
Sharpie, yeah. Sharpie was there as well.
Yeah, and Roy played the odd game at right back. Yeah. But so with this, the switch, obviously Parks went to right back, he was signed as a centre back, went to right back, and then you played your first ever game at left back at Manchester United virtually.
Yeah, simple as that.
I didn't think it was like, I thought you were like almost like, you were always like a left.
No, never. Just for first time ever playing left back.
And what did you prefer?
Well, more naturally kind of right-footed and all that, but I had Sharpie in front of me, all right, Geeksy in front of me, and they had magic left feet, so you know, they made it a lot easier.
It helped you cutting in, though, didn't it?
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. I think this is the modern day now, isn't it? You can obviously with wingers more modern, but even fullbacks these days, you know, you can cut in and all that. But you still need to be able to use your left foot.
I went to left back, didn't I, for the season at Liverpool. And it was a bit like, went in there and you're thinking, this... And I was getting called you in the training.
Well, they called you Dennis Irwin.
Not that I was good as him, but it was a bit like, you're right-footed.
Yeah.
It was a bit like, you can't do that type of thing. And I was only playing there because Ziege had come in, big money signing. Hadn't started that well, got injured. It was a bit like, who's going to play here? And it was a bit like, me, you know, I'll get put there. And I was staying there for the season. But I always remember Phil Thompson in training. I was saying Dennis Irwin type of thing.
But did you like it? Yeah.
You didn't?
Not really. I mean, I wasn't great.
You couldn't get over your foot, your left foot.
You know what I would say is, and I don't know what it's like for you, it is a different position in that when you're on your right foot, you want to be tucked in a little bit from the line to give you the option to make that pass to your winger.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other side, I'd like to get wider so that I'd always go inside, you know what I mean? So I'd always I could basically go back onto my right foot, because if I come here from the centre half and I was tucked in, I couldn't, if you wanted to really get out to your winger quick, just your left foot just doesn't work as quick, does it, type of thing. So little slight differences on the side. Did you find that yourself?
Yeah, I think you kind of just, you're right there. You just kind of, I think when you get played a bit longer and you kind of get used to the yardage, how close you are to the winger when you receive the ball and what you can do. I was probably obviously a bit more fortunate than you. I had a better left foot than you, but...
I'm right. I've said that before anyone else did.
You've been very kind there, Dennis. You know what I mean?
No, but I think it helps when you got Giggsy as well, who was Giggsy or Sharpie, who would always be looking for the ball either short or over the top. And you kind of, because I played Giggsy 10, 12 years, you kind of knew what he was going to do. and you just got that understanding with him. And
That was probably the slight problem with us as a team in that Houllier era. Our wide players were almost like centre midfield players.
Yeah,
I'd
that would have
have loved
helped
to have
me.
just gone,
Bang.
yeah, but and then